Good evening and a warm welcome. It's Saturday, the 9th of February 2019. You're joining us on Prime TV News. Here are the stories making your headlines tonight. The President emphasizes provincial council elections will be held before the presidential election. The Prime Minister says a joint political mechanism will be created. Minister Akhila Viraj Kharewasam reveals that steps will be taken to introduce an e-textbook for advanced level students. Police arrest 17 suspects who have been mining sand illegally in Maduroya. And in headlines overseas, the US envoy on North Korea meets South Korean Foreign Minister and his counterpart. And now for the news in detail. President Maithripala Sirisena says provincial council elections will be held before the presidential election. The president mentioned this during a meeting at the irrigation grounds in Polonnaruwa New Town. The Polonnaruwa District Sri Lanka Freedom Party meeting took place at the irrigation grounds. SLFP reorganization letters were handed over to Wayamba Province Governor and Polonnaruwa District Organizer Peshala Jayaratna on the occasion. Public representatives and SLFP activists were present at the meeting. President Maithripala Sirisena said that the presidential election will be held on the due date. He said that no one can force to conduct the presidential election and only he could do so. An order in this regard cannot be given by the parliament or the judiciary. He said that the constitution clearly states that if a presidential election is held early, a gazette notification in that regard can be issued only by the president. The presidential election will be held in the end of a year. He said that before that, the provincial council election will be held by solving all legal issues. Therefore, the reorganization activities are done targeting the provincial council election. This year will be a year to establish a new government. Party organization should be strengthened for that purpose. The SLFP has not been weakened. The president asked not to forget that the main factor of establishing the next government is the strength of the SLFP. The president opened the public servants' official housing complex built at the Polonnaruwa New Town under the Pibidemu Polonnaruwa development project. The housing complex has 86 houses and 1,544 million rupees has been spent to build the complex. The project aims to enhance efficiency of the public servants to get a productive service. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe says a joint political mechanism will be created and its first meeting will be held on the 1st of May. The Prime Minister mentioned this during a function in Galle. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that in 2015, a national government was created and for the first time, two groups from the two main political parties came together to work. The problems were inevitable, but somehow the work was done. He said that there is no national government at present, but the parties suggest it is good to set up such a system. This system is in existence in many European countries. It prevents the hatred created in the villages. The Prime Minister said that it was his and the opinion of the front to do so. The door is open if others like to work in that manner. Under the program to provide infrastructure to create clean cities, local government institutions were given 93 garbage trucks. More than 70 million rupees has been spent for the projects. Another 180 vehicles are scheduled to be distributed among the local government institutions. The Prime Minister also opened the Physical Fitness Centre built at Galle Fort at a cost of 10 million rupees. The Prime Minister opened the new three-storied building of the Galle Niagama Divisional Secretariat built at a cost of 62 million rupees. The Prime Minister also opened the Suraksha Centre built at Niagama Punyarama Temple at a cost of 6 million rupees. Stayed at home, Minister Akhila Viraj Kharewasam says steps will be taken to introduce an e-textbook for advanced level students. During a function at Polpitigama area, he said that it would be implemented during this year. Minister Akhila Viraj Kharewasam visited with the students the Primary Study Centre at the Polpitigama Koruwava Primary School. The government has spent 10 million rupees for the development activities of the school. Visiting with the students of primary study centres at several other schools took place to coincide with the event. Police have arrested 17 suspects who have been mining sand illegally in Maduroya. Police say that the illegal sand racket has been conducted for some time near Mayanganaya Kukulapula village. Racketeers have engaged in the illegal sand mining, damaging the environment after entering the Maduroya National Wildlife Park through the elephant fence. Mayanganaya police have arrested 17 suspects along with 4 sand tractors. Police have seized a car allegedly belonging to the mistress of Makandure Madhush, who was arrested by Dubai police. Police have found the car following an information received by the Paduka police. They have arrested the owner of the house and his son. Police said there was no revenue license for the vehicle. Meanwhile, the car used by actor Ryan Van Rooyen was found from a guest house at Valigama, Mirissa area. The owner of the guest house, Suranji Sudha, was also arrested by Dubai police. Kerala cannabis was found from the vehicle. Minister Patali Champika Ranavaka says if more investments were not made, the debt burden will increase in the future and the country has to face severe consequences. The minister mentioned this at the meeting to discuss problems of the people at Totalanga, Henamulla, Metsanda housing scheme and other housing schemes in the surrounding areas. Lengthy discussions took place about the problems faced by the people living in those housing schemes. Public officials of several state institutions were present on the occasion. The minister took steps to provide solutions for the problems put forward by the people. Several displaced families in the Hambantota district have been resettled in new houses. 39 families displaced due to landslides in the Hambantota district were resettled in new houses. Steps were taken to evacuate many families at Dehigaha Hena, Saputantri Kanda, Rammale, Talapat Kanda, Namaneliya, Vidi Kanda, Udagoda and Mapiti Kanda villages in 27 due to landslide dangers. Housing assistance was given to the displaced families with the intervention of National Disaster Relief Services Centre. Each family has been given 1.2 million rupees. The families who would build houses on a plot of land of their own or on a land given by the government were given 400,000 rupees. The government has spent 55.6 million rupees in this regard. Moving on with the news, for the first time, harvesting of rubber plantations in the northern province has taken place. A rubber cultivation in the northern province commenced as a result of research conducted by the Rubber Research Institute with the intervention of Rubber Development Department under the Ministry of Plantation Industries. Secretary to the Ministry of Plantation Industries, J.A. Ranjan, Director General of Rubber Development Department, B. Premadasa, and a group of officials were present on the occasion to harvest the rubber from the plantation of Chamat Nandika Bandara. The first Sri Lankan youth to join Australia's military service, Roshana Fernando, arrived at her village. People in Vennapua, Waikala, welcomed her warmly. The first Sri Lankan young woman who joined the Australian government forces, 27-year-old Roshana Fernando, is a resident of the Waikala area. She has gone abroad to follow higher studies in 2012. She has completed her studies successfully and thereafter joined the Australian forces. A walk to educate and to eliminate drugs took place at Vaunia, Irattaperiyakulam area. It has been named as a peace walk for a society without drugs. Students of Irattaperiyakulam Parakum Mahavidyalaya, public health inspectors, civil defence force and family health organizations have jointly organized the walk. The construction of the housing scheme implemented for indigenous families was launched. The National Housing Development Authority aims to build 50 houses under the first phase. The project will provide the indigenous people with a new house with necessary facilities. Each house is valued at 700,000 rupees. Public representatives and a group of officials of the National Housing Development Authority were present on the occasion. A program took place at Kilinochchi Divisional Secretariat to hand over 63 acres of land which was released by the army to the owners. The lands which were under the military in the Vaunia, Mannar, Jaffna, Kilinochchi and Mullaitivu were handed over on the instructions of President Maithripala Sirisena. It was conducted under the patronage of Northern Province Governor Suren Raghavan. Two people have died in two accidents on the Puttalam-Colombo main road and on the Digana-Colombo main road. A three-wheeler toppled over and collided with a lorry at the Ratmalyaya area on the Puttalam-Colombo main road. One person has died and another two have been injured in the accident. A 20-year-old youth living in Talladia, Arfanagar, has died due to the accident. The other two youth who were in a serious condition were admitted to the Puttalam-based hospital and thereafter transferred to the Colombo National Hospital. Meanwhile, a private bus which was moving from Digana to Colombo collided with a motorcycle which was ridden from Colombo to Kandy. The accident has occurred near Ranvala, Watavangua Junction. The motorcyclist has died in the accident. And finally, in local news, the Water Supply and Drainage Board says water supply to several areas in Colombo will be disrupted due to an essential modernizing activity. Accordingly, water supply to Colombo 1, 13, 14, 15 and Peta areas will be interrupted until 3 p.m. tomorrow. Meanwhile, water supply to Moragasmulla, Rajagiriya, Atulkote, Obesekarapura, Bandarnayakapura, Navala and Koswata will be interrupted from 4 a.m. tomorrow to 4 a.m. on Monday. The Water Supply and Drainage Board said water supply on main road and all by roads from Rajagiriya to Navala Open University will also be interrupted during that period. And that wraps up the news bulletin for tonight. You can log on to www.itnnews.lk for more information. Sasangaras for Prime TV News. Thanks for watching. Good night.